Hey YouTube and model car people, my name is Jimmy. This is my first YouTube video. I thought I'd start out with a model car collection. I like to watch your guys' videos on model cars and always thought about doing this. Nobody ever gets to see my collection. It just sits down here in the basement really, and so I thought I'd kind of share it. A little oversight about me: I'm a carpenter by trade, so I love to build. I love to build race cars. I don't really build anything street. Everything is race. I barely build anything out of the box as far as the looks of it. I build a lot of them straight out of the box per instructions, but I decal them the way I want to. And so I guess with that said, let me walk you on through this collection and see what you guys think. So here's an overview of my collection that I have out on display. It's 22 feet of wall, by the way, that I built all the shelves. There are some die casts mixed in there, like those two down there. Those are all Earnhardt Jr. and Earnhardt Sr. die cast. So I do have some die cast mixed in here, but and also another note, everything in this collection, 99% of it anyways, I have all the original boxes in storage. And I'll show you my storeroom here shortly, but and also with that said, what you see on display is only half of my collection. I have twice this many. So let's get started. These are promos. I won't bore you too much with them. You model car guys all know what these are. I just always like the promos because I just like dirty old beat up ones just as much as I like brand new shiny ones. They're just kind of cool. I don't really collect them for the money or anything. I just like them, especially the old 60s, 70s. So coming over here to my built model cars, my NHRA in this display. Another thing to take note, for whatever reason, I build in pairs. When I buy a kit, I buy two and I build two. So you'll see that a lot. You'll see a lot of pairs in this collection. And I pretty much, just as I said, I build everything pretty much straight out of the box, but I give them my own paint job and my decals on how I want them to be. Notice the pairs. I love that USA 1. I love the red, white, and blue patriotic paint jobs. Now these two pairs. This Grumpy's is an original issue Grumpy. It's built straight from the box, even decals and all. These three are the new released Grumpy's that I did in my own taste. Love them little Vega Pro stocks. Love my Grumpy's toys. This one is a die cast. Had to have it though, it's way cool. This one is a die cast, but you know, when it come out of the package, it just had hubcaps and just a regular flat paint job, but so that's kind of what I did to it. Our models, and this one is actually a Johan original issue that I had as a kid, and that's not even painted. That thing came out of the box looking like a gloss paint job. Love that car. And again, love my red, white, and blues. It's a newer Vet that I did up in that flavor. A couple late model Camaros that I did in my flavor. Same with the Dodge Challengers. Love my Sox and Martin. As I said, love that red, white, and blue. That one is the Cop Out that I did. And that one is a die cast. And down to the funny cars, let me back up a little bit and start over here. These ones are all original Johans. And that clear one is just kind of an oddball, but I guess I'll start over here. Love that clear car though, it's pretty cool. And these are Johans that I had when I was a kid, and they really never got built until just, I don't know, within the last 10 years I finally got them back out and finished them up. And again, a pair of them. Same thing here. This guy, I just love this Pinto Funny car, but you notice it don't have a pair because they're expensive. When you find them, they're 60 to 80 bucks a kit. Gorgeous car though. That one is a die cast, but again, just love that paint job. And those two are die cast. I got them at local Walmart for like 10 bucks each, so I had to have them, red, white, and blue. This one is, again, one that I built when I was a kid. The way they look now is I built as a kid, and here's what I started with. And again, a couple original Johans that I built as a kid, the 61 wagon Olds and the 62 F85 Olds. And of course that's what I did to them, because they were just stock cars with hubcaps. Next shelf is all NHRA, mostly die cast, but we'll get there in a second. That one was just built straight out of the box, decals and all. This one was just an old junker that I gave a nice paint job and decaled it up. A couple of Gremlins, another pair. And again, these are die cast, so I won't spend a lot of time here because this is about model cars, not die cast. But these four are, I bought them just as they look. But these ones, I love these 41 Willys. I stripped it down, stripped it of paint, repainted it, decaled it my way. Same thing. Makes for gorgeous little cars though. This one was just, all it had was the Budweiser logo on it, and then I just added a little blower on it and some decals. That one there is just exactly how it came out of the box. These ones here, I didn't paint any of these. These are pretty much how they came out of the box, but I decaled them up. They were like Pro Streets, but I turned them into Pro Stocks. Kind of cool. And these are die cast that you actually had to build. They're die cast, but they came in parts and you had to build them, and they weren't actually real fun to build either, but they do look good. And then down here, my long lost Uncle Mikey there, and my long lost Uncle Jim. That's Uncle Jim there. Peace out, guys. Them two were like my big brothers that got me into the models. That's why they're in there. Over here, this one's all die cast, so it's kind of skipped by, but I got these cheap at a swap meet, so I had to have them. This is my Harley Davidson shelf. Again, that 41 Willys, them are cool. The sprint cars are just kind of cheapies, but they are, about half of them are autographed. We have gone to the local dirt tracks and watched these guys run, and I took these with and had them autographed. These are actually models, and all four of those are autographed as well. There's my boys with the Gravedigger. We got autographed. I don't know if we can see that or not. Yeah, right there. And that's my miscellaneous race section. And over here to my NASCAR. Now these are all the small scale, the 1/43rd, so they are all die cast. But I still like them. And down here, these are all built models. Oh, look at that, back into pairs again. A couple 61 or 62s. A couple 63s. Original Johan Torino. This one's a die cast. Love my Budweiser. And I got it cheap. These are all built. Now this one is actually a die cast, but it had a different paint job on it, so again I stripped it down and gave it the paint job I wanted it to have. These are all my models I built. This one here is a die cast, but I got it cheap enough. It's pretty cool. These are built here. That's one that I had as a little kid and just always kept it, and over the years it got beat up, so I turned it into a stock car. Next NASCAR shelf, again, these are all 1/43rds, and so they're die cast. And this particular set here, I have a whole nother set that's never been out of their original packages. And as mentioned before, I still have the original packaging for these guys, but I have a whole nother set that's never seen daylight. And I'm a Petty fan, so this shelf is all die cast. This guy here, I bought it like a rummage sale for $1, and it was just an old beat up yellow and black ugly looking thing, and I bought it for $1 and brought it home, stripped it down, painted it, and did that to it. Now these are models that I built. That one there my son built and got trophies for. We'll show you that here in after a bit. Those two are Franklin Mint die casts. Franklin Mint die cast. Obviously, I'm a Petty fan. Them are all die cast. And then these two here, again, were die casts that I bought, and both of them had hubcaps, and they were different colors. And again, I stripped them down and I did that to them. And then over here, I won't go into much detail about these because they're just all die cast. Earnhardt Jr., obviously. And Earnhardt Sr. This one actually is one that I built. It's really not all that great of a build, but I built that before the die casts ever come out. Years before them have come out, so that was kind of cool. Alright, well, there's my display. Next, let's head over to the workbench. So here's where it all happens, at the workbench. And no, my workbench is never always that nice and clean. So there's what I have on the bench, and I will get back to that in a moment. For now, I want to touch up on the display that you just saw. It all lives behind glass full time. I just had all the glass fronts off for the video purposes. And another thing I want to touch up on is every car out there, everything that I ever build, is what I call pick-upable. I know I made up that word, but they are. You can pick up any one of those cars out there, and the chassis don't drop out from them, wheels don't fall off. And even though those are, again, shelf cars or display cars, most of them are contest worthy. So speaking of contests, as you see, the trophies, I have many contest cars that I have built that are just really super detailed, and I can't wait to show you guys those in future videos, because I am going to show you all my cars up close and personal after this introduction. And one of the reasons that I display these trophies proudly is because only 1/3 of them are mine. 1/3 of them are my sons, and 1/3 of them are my daughters. And we spent many hours building together and going to shows together and bringing home trophies together. And so that's why they're displayed proudly, and we love it. And speaking of contest cars as well, we've been in the magazines as well. Never on the cover, but that's all right. It's all good. So with that said, let me kind of show you how I store these. Take you back here, give me a second here. Turn on a light. Back up, show you. Obviously I built all those boxes, and each one of those boxes holds about 20 cars. And they are all inventoried and labeled. You know, there's some scratch outs because I move inventory around, but you know, you can see how I got them all labeled. And so that's how I store them. And again, everything out there on display, their original boxes are all in here, as well as all the many others that are still in here unbuilt, not on display. Let me turn you around quick. There's another couple stacks. So that's how I store my kits and some of my die casts. Let me get back over here to the workbench, and we will kind of finish this up, I think, for this one. Again, as you just saw, I build everything race. This one, Pro Street, I'm building it straight out of the box, and I have a pair, of course. So when I'm done with this one won't be Pro Street, it will be Pro Stock, ready for the racetrack, and can't wait to show you this one. And I think that's probably an introduction for now, guys. Thank you guys for watching.